Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Playing Catch Up. I'm Tamara Brown, and I'm ready to get you all caught up on everything involving South Florida sports. Let's get started with the Miami Heat. They played tonight. It's Game 5. They need to do everything they can to force a Game 6 because at this point, if they lose tonight, the Lakers go on to take home their 17th NBA title in franchise history. Basically, Jimmy Butler said it himself. We're going to need to give everything we can to win tonight and force a Game 6. Everything they can. Essentially, play like they did in Game 3, where Jimmy Butler had a 40-point triple-double. That is what needs to happen tonight, where they force AD into turnover trouble, where they force him to not score any points. And Jimmy Butler, of course, puts the team on his back, and they get the win. Adebayo came back last game, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because, as we've seen this whole series, LeBron James has completely taken over the pick and roll. They cannot stop him there. And with LeBron James and Anthony Davis both almost bringing home a double-double every single night of this series, that's why it's so important for this team to play exactly the way they did in Game 3. That formula worked. Getting into the paint, forcing fouls, forcing extra buckets. Jimmy Butler got into the paint, forced a foul, and executed at the free throw line. Tons of three-point plays there, which definitely helped him get a 40-point triple-double. We're hoping to see that Jimmy Butler tonight, but, it's going to be great to see some support from his team as well. With Adebayo, with Nunn, with Tyler Hero, we're looking to see a full team effort tonight so they can hopefully force a Game 5. Moving on to the Miami Marlins, their postseason run came to an end this week after being swept by the Atlanta Braves, but there's still a lot to be happy about with the way this season turned out, especially with the season being postponed and then the run-in they had with COVID-19 and losing lots of players to that and lots of trades. This team made it all the way. They made it this far. And that's a lot to be thankful for, especially with this team picking up their first winning season since 2009 and making their first postseason appearance since 2003. So although it may have ended a lot shorter than they wanted it to, there's a lot that this team has to look at to be grateful for and thankful for. And we look forward to seeing what they are able to do in the offseason to prepare for the next season. Moving on to both of our football teams in South Florida, let's start with the Miami Hurricanes, who play at Clemson tomorrow in Death Valley, tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. to be exact. They are the college game day primetime game for the third straight game for the Hurricanes, at least. Obviously, last week they had a bye, but it's been back to back to back for them. They had, college game day at Louisville. They had college game day here in South Florida against Florida State, and now they're going to Clemson, where they will be featured again as ESPN's primetime game. This will be a top 10 matchup. Hopefully you all knew that by now. Clemson is number 1. Miami is now ranked number 7. So this will be their first big top 10 road matchup. Of course, they played Louisville on the road, who was also ranked at the time. That was a top 20 matchup. This is their first top 10 matchup in the ACC yet again. Will be an extremely competitive game. Both of these teams are undefeated, both 3-0. Clemson is coming off a win against Virginia at home. They are now about to play Miami at home, and Miami's coming off a bye. So they've had a little bit more time to rest and prepare for this Clemson Tigers team, who has been in this spotlight in primetime games at night before. So it should be a great matchup. Both of these teams are really great, as we know, really explosive offenses, great quarterbacks with Derek King and Trevor Lawrence. Excited to see this face-off where Miami is averaging 43 points a game. Clemson is averaging 42 points a game. It's going to be a shootout. We know this. It's going to be a really fast-paced game, lots of offense. And so I'm really excited to see this top 10 matchup tomorrow night. It's going to be a great one you don't want to miss. And then on Sunday, the Miami Dolphins will play the 49ers. This is their first trip to Levi Stadium since that stadium opened in 2014. So I'm super excited to see that matchup. The 49ers are 2-2 with both of their wins coming on the road. But also something to point out, Jimmy Garoppolo has been out the last 2 games. He's been out, but this week he has been back at practice, limited at practice this week. It is not confirmed that he will be starting on Sunday, but it is hopeful. So we're standing by and looking to see who the 49ers do start on Sunday. The Dolphins and this young team are looking to continue to make strides this year. It's been a season where they're just trying to take one step at a time with this young team that they have, and looking forward to close out in the fourth quarter. This team has been in it, whether been in the lead or almost in the lead or one touchdown away from being tied. And so this is going to be a true test to see if they can finally close out in the fourth quarter to bring home another win on the road like they did against the Jags. So stay tuned for all the updates on everything this weekend, including the NBA Finals, the Dolphins matchup at the 49ers, and the Miami Hurricanes at the Clemson Tigers. We'll be right back here on Monday, myself and Kylie Wing, and we hope to see you then. Have a great weekend.